A good day to you all, friends. This was supposed to be a live recording. Unfortunately, we don't seem to have a stable connection where we are, and we are not able to do a live recording because we keep being kicked out because our connectivity is unstable. Now, we hope that we will be able to upload this because we are now going to upload something that is pre-recorded. So this video we are doing today is a follow-up of a video that we did yesterday. Yesterday we managed to do a live video on Facebook, and we managed to upload it. We managed to leave it up there. You can still go and look at it and watch it. In that video, we mentioned interesting things. There are 5 topics that I have picked from that discussion that we had yesterday. And these 5 topics, we're going to be making a follow-up on them every day. Lord willingly, if we are going to have a stable connection, we will be doing this live so that you can also join us. You can give us your contributions. You can also say what you want to say live with us as we are doing the presentation. Obviously, you will have to leave us, introduce the topic, give us time to put some flesh into the topic. Then you can come in and give us your views on the various things that we're talking. These are general life things that we're talking about, but they are of interest to us because they have a bearing to the lives that we are leading. They have a bearing to who we are. They have a bearing to our productivity. They have a bearing to our success. Unless we understand and appreciate the lives that we are leading, we will struggle to lead successful lives. So, from yesterday's video, I came up with 5 topics that we're going to be discussing. The first topic, which we'll discuss in detail today, is that from yesterday we said every individual, every created being was given a power of choice. God gives us the power to choose what we want, to choose the things that we want to pursue in life. We can even choose not to obey him. The devil chose not to obey God and he got kicked out of heaven. So you have your choice to choose what you want, to choose. Our constitutions have got rights, and one of those rights is that we can make our own choices. But those rights, they are not only given to us because the government says so. They are God-given. We'll discuss this in detail later on. Now, the second topic that we will be talking about, so this will be tomorrow. Tomorrow we want to talk about the fact that when we make wrong choices, we suffer consequences of our wrong choices. So if you make a wrong choice, if you make a bad choice, you are going to suffer the consequences that come with that choice. Now, if somebody makes a wrong choice, the wrong choice may affect other people. So there are some people who may be affected by the wrong choices that we make, the wrong choices that are made by others. When we have made wrong choices, what is our fate? When we are to suffer the consequences of our wrong choices, what is our fate? Some of the consequences of our wrong choices are fatal. You make a wrong choice and it will kill you, you'll die. So does God leave you to die because you've made wrong choices? What is your fate when you have made a wrong choice? That's what we'll be looking at tomorrow. Then on Wednesday, we are saying each individual is on earth, each individual who is alive, God has given them the right to be alive for a purpose, for a reason. There's no one who is in existence for no reason. We are in existence because God has given us a reason to be amongst the living. If we have been given a reason to be amongst the living, God will then not leave us to suffer the consequences of our wrong choices. So God has a plan to save us because he wants us to fully live the reason why he gave us, he made us to be on planet Earth. Some of us were given interesting talents. Some of us have rare skills. Those talents, those skills that God has given us, he wants us to utilize them for the good of everyone else who is alive. God wanted us to live eternally. So he wants to save us because he wants us to live eternally. Now, I'm talking about God. I'm talking about being created by God. I'm talking about the reason for existence being determined by God who created us. Because I'm a creationist, I believe in God the Creator. But there is someone out there who doesn't believe in God, who doesn't believe that they are created. So for that person who doesn't believe in the story of creation as it appears in the Bible, what about them? How do they view life? What is their purpose to be alive because they don't believe in God? So we will talk about those who don't believe in creation, who don't believe in existence, who believe their in existence coming from God, who believe their existence is not as a result of a God. What about them? So we'll talk about them on Thursday. And yeah, it will be an interesting topic. You wouldn't want to miss it, especially if you don't believe in God. Because as a creationist, I'm talking about something that you believe in. Come and hear whether I am saying the right things or I'm way off the mark. Then on Friday, we have what I consider to be a very interesting topic. You don't want to miss this one. On Friday, we're talking about Christianity. And what I want us to focus on is that there is a view that Christianity is the most confused religion. Christians are confused a lot. Amongst the Christians are so many denominations. Christians believe in different things. Why is it that as a religion, Christians are not united in this thing that they believe in? Why is it that they have different views when they are all Christians, when they are all supposed to be people who are following Christ? This is what we'll be looking at on Friday. And you don't want to miss. The other religions, they don't behave like Christians. Of course, some of them may be extremists, worse than Christians in their extremism, but Christians are an interesting group. And we want to discuss why are Christians different from other religions. So what we plan to do is that every midday of these 5 days that I've mentioned, between 12 and 1, we want to come live on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, come and join us so that you can give us your contributions. It is my hope that we are going to be able to get a stable network and be able to be live so that you can also join us as we make these different contributions. Now for today's topic, we're talking about the power of choice. The power of choice, the best way for us to understand it is to go back to origins of life. Go back to the time that God creates Adam and Eve. They get introduced to a snake that talks. This snake, we are told, is the devil. The devil, we are told, was an angel in heaven who chose not to believe in God, not to follow God's instructions, not to live by God's precepts. And God allows the devil to do whatever he wants to do. He actually kicks him out of heaven and is thrown here on earth. Now, humanity is also given the same power. You can choose what you want. So what I want us to take note of is when somebody chooses to live a lifestyle that is even considered to be not normal according to the communities that we live in, that we exist in. When somebody chooses something that is not a thing that we are accustomed to, they have the power to make that choice. They have the right to make that choice. It's a God-given right. And we have to allow them to make the choices that they are making. They have the right to. Now, even if it is your own child, you can guide your child. You can help your child because you believe in other things that are good for the child. But you can't choose for the child, especially when they become adults. They choose what they want. But remember, the choices we make have got consequences. God does not choose and then it's up to you. When you choose, there are consequences. You see the cars that we drive, some of them can go up to 300 and something kilometers an hour. You can push that car to full throttle and drive at 360 kilometers per hour. It's up to you. But that speed comes with the consequences. If there is something that goes wrong as you are moving at 300 kilometers per hour, you can be involved in a fatal accident. So you are free to choose, but there are good things that you must do. There are good things. God did not leave us without knowledge. He then gave us knowledge. These are the things that you must live by. We've got health laws. If you want to live a healthy lifestyle, if you want to avoid diseases, you see these bodies, They have a way of dealing with diseases on their own. We don't even need to take medication. The body can treat itself. That's how it's created. Eat well, drink lots of water, breathe the fresh air, exercise, and you are going to live a healthy lifestyle. Eat healthy things. Eat lots of vegetables. Eat raw things. Avoid rich foods. Avoid meat. And you are going to live well. And you are going to live a long life if you do those things. So those are the choices that you have. But if you choose to eat everything and anything, your body will punish you for that. If you exercise, if you keep yourself fit, it will help you. If you exercise your mind, if you are always thinking, if you are always solving problems, the mind will also be sharp. So the choices that we have, they have consequences. If you choose to go to school to enroll and start to learn something, it has consequences. If you choose that you are not going to go to school, you are just going to stay at home and do nothing, it's got consequences. If you choose that you are going to partake of intoxicating stuff so that you are high at times, it has consequences. So it's up to you. Some people even choose shortcuts in life. You choose to go and use other means of making money, unethical means of making money. It has consequences, and you will suffer the consequences of your choices. It's up to you to choose what you want. No one will force you to do other things. So as you make those choices, be aware of the consequences. So the only thing we are saying today about the power of choice is that you are not given the power of choice to use it irresponsibly. You are responsible for your life. You are responsible for the life of the next person. Worse still, if you are in a leadership position, you are responsible for the people that you are leading. You make wrong choices, the people you are leading will also suffer. You make wrong choices, the people who look up to you will also learn wrong things. So we've got responsibilities as human beings, because as human beings we are we are a social society. As a social society, the things that I do, they impact the next person. The things the next person does, they impact me. So as a community, we must think for each other when we make decisions. Don't be selfish. Don't make decisions that are good only for you. Think for the other person. So the power of choice does not mean that you can just live as you want. The power of choice says you are responsible for those around you. You are responsible for your own life. You are responsible for the things that you have control of. God, who created you, has given you blessings. This world is full of blessings. The reason why some of us are poor is because somebody chose to be greedy. When you choose to be greedy, you must know that there is someone who was supposed to enjoy the things you are holding, the things you are now taking for yourself. You are making somebody suffer for that. If you are a creationist and you believe in God and you believe in creation, then you will know that a fellow created being like you will suffer when you hold the things for yourself. But if you don't believe in creation, obviously you believe in other things. I don't want us to move into that area. We'll discuss that in detail on Thursday. But what I want to say is the power of choice is not a power to be reckless. The power of choice is a power to be responsible. How do you then choose? Before you choose, be knowledgeable. Read, understand things. When you choose to do things that is not normal, understand why we have things that are considered to be normal first. Then you can make your own decision that they are saying this is what is normal, me, I want to do this. As long as you are informed, as long as you have read, as long as you have understood, research, find out, then it's fine. There are things that by nature will behave in a certain way. If you understand those things but still choose to do them differently, it's fine. The problem is when we choose to do things that we don't understand, then it becomes an issue, because we will suffer consequences that we may not even know how to get ourselves out of. But if you choose to do something knowing what you are putting yourself in, it's fine. It's your choice. You've got that right to make the choice. If you are to be a responsible citizen of this world, do the world a favor. Read, understand the things that you do, so that when you make decisions, you can carry the consequences of the decisions that you make. Don't make decisions that will harm other people. Don't make decisions that will make other people struggle. So tomorrow, we are going to be talking about what happens when we've made the wrong choices. What happens when we are supposed to suffer the consequences of our wrong choices. Join us tomorrow on Facebook. If you have Facebook, we are going to be live. If you don't have Facebook, we will try and share this video the same way we have shared this one. Otherwise, enjoy your day. We talk again tomorrow.